Okay, so let's lead into why you're here today. In a speech in New Hampshire, you said you were considering running for president. You said, I was thinking about it. I've passed the biggest hurdle, which is my wife has greenlit it. Now, originally, you wanted to be a candidate for the Democratic nomination. Now, I looked it up. The last time an incumbent president wasn't elected by their party was Franklin Pierce in 1856.
That was what? That wasn't elected by their party?
Yeah, meaning that.
What do you mean?
Meaning that an incumbent president that was about to run for a second term, the Democratic Party didn't want them to run again. So what I'm saying is that when you have a president that's done a first term, they're almost always, nominated by their party to do the second term. So why did you originally want to run for Democratic president?
Well, I mean, first of all, I'm a Democrat. I was born a Democrat. My family is the iconic,
right,
family in the Democratic Party.
Which would have meant that you probably would have ran after Biden's second term if he had a second term.
Yeah, but I wasn't sitting around looking to run for president. I didn't ever intend to run for president. I ran for president because what I saw happening in this country, and particularly the Democratic Party, I felt like I was in a unique position to save the country from what's happening. I mean, the Ukraine war was one of the issues, the censorship that I saw going on, the government orchestrated censorship of individuals who were criticizing government policies never happened before in our country, and orchestrated by the Democratic Party. And then this corrupt merger of state and corporate power, which is strip mining the middle class in this country of its wealth, of its equity, destroying Black communities. There's going to be no equity in Black communities by 2030, and just destroying quality of life in our country in all communities, the Rust Belt, the Farm Belt, our urban areas, and this disintegration. And I felt like because I've been on the forefront for so many years of addressing fighting the issue of corporate capture of our regulatory agencies, that I was in a really good position to unravel it, and that a lot of my history with democratic values put me in a position where I really felt like I had to speak out on it.
Well, on October 9th of this year, you announced you're running as an independent, which makes you the fifth member of your family to seek presidency of the United States. Now, as an independent, it's sort of a, different situation. The last person I felt that ran as independent and made some sort of progress was Ross Perot. And Ross Perot, what he essentially did was he split the Republican vote. And like George H.W. Bush blamed him for not getting a second term. You never have seen an independent actually win the presidency. So is your goal to win the presidency, or is it to gain a certain amount of power based on your vote and do certain deals that will help some of the causes that you're looking to?
No, it's to win the presidency.
Okay, so you're trying to win the presidency.
Yeah.
Okay. How realistic do you think that is?
I think it's realistic. I mean, Ross Perot was winning. He was beating both Bush and Gore. He had 39% of the vote. What?
Was it Clinton, I think?
No, Bush and Gore, right?
No.
Was it Bush and Clinton?
Bush and Clinton, yeah.
What year was it? Was it 2000 or it was 96?
You ran for independent in 92.
Yeah, okay, so 92.
Yeah.
He was at
he got up to 96, I believe.
He got up to 39%.
Yeah, a lot.
He was beating both of them.
Yeah.
So he was leading. And then there were threats against his daughter, and he withdrew. And then when he got back in, he never was able to recover. So it's quite possible that if he had stayed in, that he would have won. But also today, at that point, I think there was only 20% of Americans were registered independents. Today, more than 50%, or somewhere around 50% are.
Wait, 50% are registered as independent?
It's between 40 and 50%. Okay. So it's the biggest party.